The story you are about to hear is not fiction, and not a horror movie script. This is a real case from the archives of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Today, the Annabelle doll is kept under glass in a museum with a sign, "Warning, positively do not open." But before it ended up there, it left behind a trail of fear, pain, and death. If it's just a toy, why are even priests afraid of it? Summer 1970. Young nurse Donna receives a Raggedy Ann doll from her mother. White fabric face, button eyes, red yarn hair, and a stitched smile. Donna places it by her bed. At first, everything is calm, but soon the doll begins to change positions. It sat on the bed, then appeared by the door. It lay by the wall, then moved near the window. Notes appear, "Help me. Help us." But there's no paper or pencils in the house. One night, Donna wakes up and sees the doll kneeling by the bed, as if praying. On its fabric, dust from the carpet. Donna carefully places it back but never falls asleep again. The stitched smile hid something else, and soon it would reveal itself. The apartment grows heavy. The clock ticks too loud. Donna documents the doll's poses, but they always change. Lou, the girl's friend, wakes one night in pain. On his chest, 3 scratches as if from claws. By morning, they vanish. Even he stops joking. Something in the house is no longer hiding. Duna and Angie decide they must understand what they are dealing with. Their anxiety grows. Each night becomes a test. They invite a medium, a woman who, according to friends, can speak to spirits. That evening, they sit in a dimly lit room. Candles burn on the table. In the center sits the doll. The medium studies it carefully and closes her eyes. The room grows quieter, as if even the street outside has gone silent. After a few minutes, the woman speaks. "I feel a girl here. Her name is Annabelle Higgins. She died nearby. She is alone and seeks care." These words stir pity in the girls. Nurses by profession, they are used to helping. And so they make a mistake. They say aloud that they allow Annabelle to stay. From that evening, everything changes. The doll appears where no one left it, on a chair opposite them during dinner, at the bathroom mirror. It seems to want to be noticed, to make its presence undeniable. One night, Lou wakes up choking. He feels pressure on his chest, as if someone is pressing down. Struggling to open his eyes, he sees the doll at the foot of his bed. It leans forward, and in its button eyes reflects the glow of a streetlight. In the morning, he says he will never spend another night here. This was no child's spirit. It was a foreign force waiting only for an invitation. After the seance, everything grew worse. Donna tried to hide the doll in a closet, wrapping it in a heavy blanket and locking the door. But hours later, they found it sitting in the living room. The blanket lay on the floor, the closet door tightly shut. At night, footsteps echoed though no one was there. Shadows crawled along the walls as if someone moved in the room. Angie admitted she sometimes heard whispers but couldn't make out words. The fear grew. Lou stopped sleeping in the apartment, saying he never wanted to wake up near that doll again. That's when they decided to contact the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine arrived in the evening. From the first steps inside, Lorraine said, "There is no child here. This is a demonic entity." They began reading prayers. The air turned icy, lamps flickered. Lou, trying to hide his fear, smirked and leaned closer to the doll. At that moment, the lights went out. Seconds later, they came back on. Ed firmly said it must be taken away immediately. But the road home would be deadly. The doll was wrapped in white cloth and placed on the back seat. Ed took the wheel. At first, all seemed calm, but soon the car began acting strangely. The steering locked, brakes failed. The vehicle veered toward the roadside. When they reached home, Ed placed the doll in a glass case and wrote on it, "Warning, positively do not open." Even behind glass, it did not lose power. The first was a young priest. He smirked. A toy can't cause harm. On his way home, his car crashed into a tree. He survived but said he had been warned. Later, a couple of visitors tapped the glass and mocked the doll. On their way back, their motorcycle crashed. The girl survived. The man died instantly. Everyone who challenged the doll paid the price. The rumors grew for years. People said they saw the doll change pose behind glass. Others claimed to feel cold when standing near the case. Online, stories spread that the doll had escaped the museum. Administrators denied it, but the more they denied, the stronger the legend became. Sometimes rumors are scarier than the truth. Over the years, the Warrens Museum became a pilgrimage site for mystics, journalists, and the curious. But many who ventured too close to Annabelle's case described strange sensations. Some spoke of a weight pressing on their chest, as if the air had thickened. Others confessed to a rising panic as though their minds were warning them of danger. Museum staff often noticed the ribbon on the doll's neck seemed tied differently than the day before. Yet the glass case remained sealed shut. There were even more unsettling accounts. One tour guide admitted he dreamed of the doll. She sat by his bed watching him. He awoke drenched in sweat, finding scratches on his arms as if clawed during sleep. Priests who came to read prayers often said they felt her gaze on them. "She is waiting for a mistake," one said. Another claimed that while praying, his words caught in his throat, as if something resisted him. All of this happened in silence, and it was that silence that frightened the most. Today, the Annabelle doll remains locked in the museum. The glass case is reinforced and sealed, with a sign that reads, "Warning, positively do not open." Once a month, prayers are read over it, a tradition unbroken for decades. Visitors to the museum swear they heard strange sounds. Some speak of dull thuds from within the case. Others claim they saw its head slightly turn. Some carried nightmares home with them, dreams of the doll appearing in their bedrooms. Even now in the 21st century, when people are used to rational explanations, the name Annabelle stirs unease. Movies are made, articles are written, yet the very fact she remains behind glass and surrounded by prayers makes people wonder. If it is only a rag doll, why has it been feared for half a century? And what will happen if one day the glass is opened?